Hello, this is part 2 of video 4, and as I promised, what I was going to do was plant my cherry tomato into the soil and show you basically the method that I do it. In actuality, these are not cherry tomatoes. These are grape tomatoes, but still, any variety will do. Okay, basically what we have going on here is I'm going to be planting one plant on this side of the bucket and one plant on this side of the bucket. First thing I need to do is either take my hands or this rake and dig me a hole down in there. I'm just kind of loosening up the soil a little bit in this area. I'm going to just dig me a hole big enough for the pot and so that the plant goes a little bit deep into the soil here. I'm just going to test it out, my first plant here. And that looks pretty good. To help out with the pot deteriorating in the soil, I'm just going to water it a little bit before I stick it in around the sides and such. Really wet, because wet soil will make the newspaper disintegrate much quicker, and that's what we're looking for, and that's why we're using paper pots instead of peat pots. There is something else that I'm going to do to help along. I don't think this is truly necessary, but this is one thing that you can do to help out with the root formation down inside the ground. That is, I'm just going to cut the paper pot a little bit. See how easy that is. And this is just in case. Now, I think the paper pot will be fine below the ground, but this is something extra I can do here. I'll set the scissors off to the side. Do a little bit more water here. Tomatoes love water. So, if I want good tomatoes, I give them what they like, right? So I just put the soil, keeping special mind to keeping the plant upright as I bury the pot and all. Now, I could have done this tomorrow or the next day or just whenever, but I'm doing it now, and that's fine. Now, as you noticed, most of the roots below the ground, and what that does is keep the plant from having a thin stem, and it promotes the big stems, such as maybe yay big around when you usually get plants about this size from Walmart or whatever. That's basically what they've done. They've planted them the stems below the ground maybe 2 or 3 times, and that helps stimulate the size of the stalk above the ground, because each one of these little hairs will actually form a root. So anyway, moving on, we're just going to dig us a hole out on this side like such. Now, I did not fill this bucket up to the top with dirt, because I wanted to be able to come back in and bury the stem a little bit deeper later on, and that is what will help them out very much a good bit later on down the line. Okay, and like before, I'm going to get the old scissors out. I'm going to make a couple of cuts into the paper pot. Matter of fact, you could basically take the paper pot apart if you wanted to, but one of the reasons I use this and not just plant directly into the soil outside is because I don't want to disturb the roots, but I want to get as much development inside the house as I can in a small enough area. So I'm just going to get just a little bit of dirt here, like so. And as before, give it plenty of water. Now, if my plant kind of wants to fall over due to the heaviness of the water at this point. That's no big deal because I'm going to just stand it back up while I put the dirt in. So that won't be no problem at all. So stand it back up there. Just pack the soil around real good. Like so. Pack it down. And the reason I'm packing it down is because so I can add more soil later on, so I can go higher up as these things grow. And I'll have these particular plants right here in my video. I'll go ahead and label this bucket so I know which particular one I'm using. And there we go, paper pot in the ground, ready to go. And I'll go ahead and stick this up underneath one of the lights that I have up there. That way I'll be getting enough sun. And we'll go from there. And thank you very much for watching my video.